A lot of y'all finna be mad at me for a short while. A lot of y'all gonna thank me. A lot of y'all gonna face a temporary 3 to 6 month depression. But I want you to know something before I do this. It's all for your good. Sometimes you have to go down so you can come back up. I'm speaking to the broken, and I'm not even in the spiritual realm. And y'all know I that's where I dwell at. That's where I was born, into the spiritual realm. But I'm speaking to you, 10 toes down, on the plane, on the physical realm or whatever. This has to be done. This no longer can be put off. A lot of you are broken, and when I say broken, I'm not talking about in terms of your spirit or your soul. I'm talking about physically broken, as in your body. A lot of you have had appointment with doctors and seen about things that you know that you are supposed to take care of. Rotator cuffs, ankles, knees, hips, backs, hearts, whatever this is. It ain't nothing to play with, and it's serious. And you went and found out what the problem was. You went and found out what the diagnosis was, and you were scheduled for surgery, and you were scheduled for this and that, and you kept putting it off. You kept putting it off. You kept putting it off. And 3 years later, here you are still putting it off. You put it off, so now I'm going to put you down. I'm going to speak this into the universe. If you are dealing with back pain, rotator cuffs, hand problems, or this and that, ankles and hips and backs and this and that, and you keep postponing the surgery is about to happen, and the surgery is about to happen in the next 3 weeks. I am going to make something happen to where something makes you no longer can stand the pain, no longer can keep on running that same shoulder, no longer can keep walking on that same ankle. A lot of you have this issue where you haven't been back because surgery requires for you to be off for a month. Surgery requires for you to have 6 weeks sessions of therapy. But what I want you to understand is, we're going into this new season, and you cannot keep running your body like that. You can't keep on, putting wear and tear, on your cuff rotators. You can't keep on, slinging that leg, and it ain't in health, and it ain't good, because, bacteria could set up, there's a wound that's open, something is going on to where something will take you all the way out if you keep on making that same feature perform for you, because you can't afford to be off of work. Well, you better get ready to call somebody, call the HR department, or call somebody and find out how you can get a piece of a check to keep you afloat. You better call some family members and get some moral support. I'm giving you advance notice so you can get things in ahead, because I'm about to break and shift some things, because there's no way you can keep on performing on that same broken or halfway broken bone right there. Something needs to be prepared, and you keep on ignoring it. Heart problems, whatever, liver problems, whatever. You need to rest. People are swinging through the door. That's new blood, that's fresh energy, but you have what it takes. But you can't do it because you're too broken down. You're worried about how you gonna pay your bills. You worried about somebody taking your spot or taking your position. I'm here to tell you what's for you is for you. Ain't nobody gonna take nothing. You need to understand that you need to get somewhere and get that surgery done. Have that surgery. You need to understand you need to let that certain body part heal. You need to understand that you need therapy. You can't keep on running. If you keep running, you're going to break down, you're going to be out of commission, and you're going to be done for. And partner, you're through. So what I am about to do, I'm going to cause something to collapse. I can't take it no more myself. Maybe you're going to sleep wrong on the couch, or something's going to happen to where, or you're going to feel a pain that you never felt before. You already know who's doing this. Get to the doctor and schedule that appointment. See about yourself. Get healed. Get the therapy that you need so you can get back in the game. And what's crazy is you so broken in the spirit realm, in the soul, and in the body that you think that if you step away from the mic, you're going to be done. But what you don't understand is if you step away and heal these things and get therapy and get what you need and do what you need to do and get the pens in your hands and get this and that, you're going to come back better than ever, and you're going to be dominating the board. It's going to be like you never left. You see what I'm saying? What's for you is for you and cannot be taken away from you. Everybody needs to rest. Even Father rested when he was building his creation. Was it the seventh day? But even he rested. Something dramatic is going to happen about that surgery that you've been putting off for a long time. You know, some of y'all could be delivering refrigerators and delivering this and that and then tore something or something and something. Listen. Get prepared to get somewhere and get ready to sit down for a second. You worried about how the business gonna run. The business ain't worried about how you running. You worried about who taking your place. Ain't nobody worried about who place you taking. Get somewhere and sit down and do what you need to do so you can come back in the game stronger. There's going to be a breakdown, and when it happens, you already know who did it. Don't even question it. Growl and bite at me all you want to, but you're going to thank me in the long run. I love you. Mwah.